Ours is a world mounted on theoretical stances. We exist for the reason to live as a preposition nailed on to a set of diverse logical arguments. Aren't we all Homo sapien psychopaths making heightened first-order knowledge claims about our world and its functionality? And looking at the weight of such claims, one cannot dare not to spare time to take issue with error, so we ask questions for clarity. And we never settle for yeses and nos, because the only time we lay our placards down is in the face of compelling arguments. So we take ideologies, theories, and belief systems and measure their viability on a steep scale of an infinite regress of questions. And every set of belief dies at the sight of a theoretical vice. So then you tell me, can truth be absolute and constantly true as we believe it to be with everything it constitutes? Because if you can't say yes in absolute truth, then that substitutes the hard-pressing concepts we've built into absolutes as just another flimsy set of mere points of views. The burden of proof lies in your hands like a weighty load that sucks up all your energy. If you're on the far right extreme with a belief system you're strenuously trying to sustain by justification. Because at what point can a why cease to be an open-ended question? Because its limitation and the point at which it's complete lies in its likeness to a bottomless pit. But then again, that's pretty much what knowledge acquisition is. It's for that reason why I do not deem it supernatural transcendency to trail in a perceptual space non-clerically supposed superior in comparison to the truth. These are just cosmological spheres that fly in the face of objective truths, and you're free to travel in any one of these spaces. But these diverse dimensions of perceptivity do not follow some sort of hierarchy of epistemology. So why should academia deceitfully decide to disregard theism as some form of regression from a much enlightened humanity? I'm not asking as a self-professed apologist trying to create a backbone for the staggering God theories of Aquinas. I'm just trying to establish the fact that philosophical discourse follows no hierarchy of knowledge. You say they've trivialized the complexity of scientific discovery and the effort invested in the venture by their uninformed claims in divinity, in superior supernatural design, and you assert continual research would eventually mean on their part enlightenment. But sorry to say, that is not how you approach theoretical difference. The weighty knowledge packed in the record of divine Judeo-narratives has been watered down to nothing but cunning heuristics men of antiquity employed in efforts to make sense of the extremely sophisticated world around them. But was it really, or was it a whole lot more than you could ever imagine? The fact that I'm a numeric value that can't fit into the geometry of quotidian expectations is not an anomaly. In fact, how dare you expect anything less than eccentricity from me? I swim against the tides and countless times pride myself on defiance, because sometimes you have got to attain personal freedom from the dung pile of toxic independence. I follow no habitude, so when you try to fit me into your perceptual classifications, you will realize quick that I'm an outlier. Because my existence is an alien invasion into the normalcy of things. I'm a piece that can't be placed into place to be complementary of the completion of your worldview, because seen through the lens of an everyday man, I grew up on the wrong side of the tracks. And if you stop to ask if really that's the case, I'll be glad to tickle your ears and fit into the hunger of your stupid expectations. Damn straight, I'm a blue-faced supervillain in a bandit territory, suffocated by the flimsy arguments of self-professed heroic metro men. Feels like I just fell off Eric Weinstein's intellectual dark web and landed in the hands of microaggressively charged maniacs. But my fists are clenched, let me break some jaws. I'm so bloodthirsty, smashing facts through opinion wars. My tongue is gun loaded with bullets, with trigger-happy fingers itching to kill. I strip open ideas and sentiments, peel their skin clear of deceit. My proclivity was unmatched. I grew up drawn to scarecrows and the heroism of characters like Buzz Light strike as inordinately ponderous. In the perversion of strides I took against the natural order, or at least expected order of things, I found a satisfaction that pushed me to greatness. And believe me, that was the height of satisfaction for blue-faced supervillains like me living in this clan hood. Torn apart from everybody else because of divergent thinking patterns. My creativity is highly self-motivated. I pride myself on novelty and my mindless pursuits of ecstatic experiences. This is not evidence of an extremity of self-worth. I'm just high up on a new wave of confidence. I'm the impossible possible. And when my euphemism got sucked into a black hole, I landed in pods on your planet PC. But unfortunately, I can't speak your language, so consider me an enemy. But I'm a paradox, your superhero and your villain. Pour me a glass of liquor and let me drink you back into existence. We are megaminds, and believe me when I say we are super erudite but never really pedantic. We rarely small talk, but in a nanosecond we could build skyscrapers from those conversations, and before you realize it, you'll be engaged, deep in the trenches trying to make sense of the wonder of death, and you wonder, how in the world did the conversation switch from shoelaces to death and so on and so forth? We are hopeless enthusiasts and can't seem to quiet down our minds. We are inordinately assuming, and there is something amusingly boyish in our cowboy character. We hail scorn in the face of public opinions, and we have a totally different approach towards public discourse. We always mean well, but 90% of the time, only time can tell. Newsflash, we all just